What's going on, guys? Nyla Simone here at Power 105.1 with a very special guest. I got Alex Vaughn in the building, R&B superstar. How are you?
Nyla, I'm feeling good. How you feeling?
I'm great, man. I'm so happy to see you. You've been killing it. You had a crazy year.
It's been a wild year.
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, you had a TikTok challenge going crazy about the lame-ass niggas. Everybody was doing lame-ass nigga things. Then you dropped your project, The Hurt Book, and it's going up. And honestly, I'm not in a place of like pain in my relationship, but I loved all the songs. I'm serious. Like, it was relatable. Like, my favorite one off first listen was Keep That Same Energy. And it's funny because it's like most of the time I relate to music because I'm going through something, but I just related to the music even though I'm not going through it.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, I'm not going through these things at this moment either.
Okay.
But I'm glad that, you know, they can just bring you to a place because we've all been there before.
Yeah, you're healed now.
You know, I'm a work in progress. I'm
Yeah.
a work in progress. We're all a work in progress.
No, I have like 2 bars off your project that I want to get into, and I want you to elaborate on because I need to know if these are real stories. But
all right.
I'm gonna save it towards the end of the interview because for those who don't know you, I want you to elaborate a little bit and just let them know who Alex Vaughn is.
So Alex Vaughn overall is a human, a really awkward one. You know, just trying to.
You are not awkward. Why are you doing that?
Girl, listen, I'm a human trying to just figure out what my superpowers are and just what works for me and how to bring it out more. And I just want to show other people how they can tap into their superpowers too.
I love that. That's beautiful.
Girl, I'm doing the best I can with what I got.
So what do you think your superpowers are so far on the journey? What have you found is working for you?
Being in tune with my emotions. I think that's a cool thing. I mean, that was the whole gist of the Hurt Book. But for real, like, I'm historically a person who will just, like, shrug it off or, you know, deal with it later. But it's becoming better for me to just, like, deal with things as they happen, which is, like, what you're supposed to do, right? But it's
easier said than done.
Much easier said than done. So
Yeah.
I'd say that's a superpower because it is definitely work every time.
Yeah, no, I get that. So when it comes to, like, addressing things in the moment, that's, like, is that just with relationships or that with everybody? Like,
oh, no, with everybody. It's definitely not just for relationships, definitely not exclusive to romantic anything. It's for everything.
Okay, and with that, it's essentially just creating boundaries.
Yes.
Yeah, I hate that word too, right? It's like, I actually love it now. It took me some time.
Grown-up words.
But now I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. And I have no problem saying no to that. So, all right, The Hurt Book. What was the inspiration behind the project?
So the project was originally about me and a certain person and just kind of like the stories that came with us. But as I started to progress in life, I realized that that wasn't the most important thing going on in my world. Like, there were friendships that were starting to shift and my relationship with myself starting to shift and the things that I want from myself starting to shift. And it's just like, in order to get to those places, you got to address what's going on with yourself because nobody else can do it for you. And yeah, and it hurt. And lots of situations come with painful lessons, but they don't break you. So I just wanted to make a project to let people know that you can hurt and not be broken. And you're not the only person feeling these feels, and it's okay to feel them.
Yeah, that's real. That's very real. Okay, so you made The Hurt Book. You made The Hurt Book originally about a situation, and then it just overall poured into all aspects of your life.
Yeah, so I started on the project before the pandemic, so it was another world we were living in, for real. And then once the pandemic started, things just started shifting with everyone. And then, you know, what I wanted for myself, it started to change in different directions. And what?
Do you think it shifted because of, like, your new fame, or do you think it shifted just because the world's in a weird place?
I think it's just because the world's in a weird place. Okay. I think, you know, aside from, you know, me signing a deal, which is really cool, a lot of my friends are just going through great...
Okay, humble flex, okay?
Stop. No, but a lot of my friends are just going through, like, new drastic changes, stepping into new seasons of their life, and I think I would just charge it to that more than anything.
That's real. It's so hard. I feel like every 3 months is like a new rebirth. Or
Bruh.
like, yeah. How are you, like, I guess, managing that? Because then I also feel like, you know, we live in the social media era, so it's like, you know what, I no longer want to do this, but you have people, you know, X amount of followers who are used to you doing a certain thing. Like, how do you navigate, I guess, being pressured by societal standards and growing?
I am literally taking it all day by day and just knowing that the only person I could be is myself. And I stress myself out more trying to compare myself to other people or trying to match what other people are doing, just doing me. It's a process. It's a daily thing. But, you know, just talking to yourself, giving yourself grace, pushing yourself off the diving board sometimes. Just really, just being in tune with myself for real.
I like that. And I like that you're just doing you. And I feel like it shows because, like, when I see you and when I hear you, I don't think of other people. You know what I mean?
Oh, good.
Yeah, because sometimes people will be like, oh, she's the new X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I hate that. Like, why can't I just be, or you just be who you are type of thing?
Yeah, no. I just want to be the first Alex Vaughn, and that is it.
I love that, and that is what you are. Okay, so this is what I wanted to ask you.
Okay.
You said, pump my brakes for I take it too far, because why did I give you the keys to my car? Did you give somebody the keys to your car?
I did give someone the keys
man.
to my car. It was a long time ago, bro. It's not recent. I would not do that now. But yeah, you know.
He had the whip. How long he had the whip for?
Man. They said they was going to go down the street real quick, go pick something up real quick, and it's saying it again out loud sounds crazy. It's nuts. But yeah, because why did I give you the keys to my car?
So when did he come back? He came back that day?
He came back that day.
Oh, okay.
But still, it's like, oh man, my phone was dead. Okay, there's a charger in my car, so I know that. It's just always dumb stuff.
Yeah.
Anytime something along them lines happen, it's usually associated with something dumb.
Understood. What is remember the For the D challenge a few years ago?
You said what?
The For the D challenge?
I remember that, and I was not part of it.
No?
I didn't do that challenge.
Okay, I feel you. All right.
I remember it, though.
Don't act like you don't be spitting bars. I heard you.
I was hoping you were going to bring that.
Yo, why are you running from the rap career?
You know, I know something. When I was, like, younger, like, I would be in the car with my friends and my brother, and I'd be like, let's just play an instrumental and freestyle. And we would just practice it. And when Fabo asked me to to rap on his project, I was like,
it was so hard.
Bruh.
It reminded me of Mary J. Blige Intro to What's the 401, which is a classic R&B album, but she's rapping on the intro.
You just made it sound good. That's tight. That's tight. I like what you did there.
It does sound good though. Like and another R&B artist put me onto it, Kenyon Dixon. He was like, oh, Alex Vaughn, yeah, she raps, right? I'm like, no, she doesn't rap, she sings.
Oh, Kenyon, I do not rap.
He's like, I'm like, she sings. He said, no, I heard her on Fable's project. And that's when I was like, oh my God. And then I listened and I'm like, no, that's actually really hard. That's why I hit you. Like, this is a secret weapon.
It's a sneaky little secret weapon.
I like that.
Very secret, like low bottom secret.
That's not something you plan on tapping into more.
We'll cross the bridge when we get there.
Okay. I'm mad at it. Not mad at it. All right. So, second lyric I wanted to pull up and ask you about, is this true or not, is so be it. I say that I miss you, but I say that I don't miss you, but I do. Say that I don't care, but it's not true. Ignore my intuition once again. Offer me to say you're still my friend. Did you really go through that, and how did you overcome it?
Yes, I really went through it.
Denial?
That was for real. You know, when I was in the studio working on the song, those were the first words that came out of my mouth. Like, I just grabbed the mic, went to freestyle, and I was like, you know.
You freestyled that?
That first part, yeah, was freestyle.
Oh, wow.
You know, you want to just cut ties with someone, especially when your feelings are hurt. You just want it to end. But with friendships, because that's what the song is about, it's just a little different. You can't just throw things away the way that you would do other situations. I just had to be honest. Like, it hurt, but I do miss you, and I do want things to go back to the way they used to be, but it's just not what it is anymore.
With that being said, how are you now, like, moving with that friend? Is it just dead? I'm the type of person, I feel like where something's at an end, it's just at an end, and I close my hands with it. How are you handling that?
So, one thing that I'm happy to say is that the friendships, because it was, I don't want to, like, point them out, but it was two main friendships that were kind of, like, shaking in my world. But, you know, when you're involved with someone for a long time and you guys have a bond, it's hard to throw things like that away. So we were able to, like, talk and, you know, work our way back to a new version of our friendship.
That's good.
It's definitely different, but I'm glad that we're able to, like.
And these are female friendships, right?
These are female friendships.
I'm gonna say, I feel like having conversations with females about friendships is harder than having a conversation with my man about our friendship, because it'd be like two very strongly, like two bridges going the other way, essentially.
Yeah, and then, friends, you guys know everything. Like, when in a romantic relationship, they know a great amount, but your friends know the cheat codes, they know the real thoughts. So it's definitely a different experience.
Yeah. Has anybody confronted you or said anything to you after hearing the project?
Not directly, but I did get some text messages from people, and they're like, "Yo, man, this song really hits different." I'm like, "Oh, did it now? Sounds familiar, huh?"
Yo,
But,
that's hilarious.
yeah.
I really like talking.
Yeah.
Because I feel like we live in an era where everybody's talking.
Mhm.
Especially like men. What? Don't do that.
Crazy.
So I really like talking. You're mad silly. Your sarcasm? Yo. But I love talking. And I think the first time I heard it, I didn't really catch what you were saying. But after the project dropped and I like got to sit with it, I'm like, oh, that's what she's saying. It's like, if we not fucking with each other no more, keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah, but make it R&B, There's always like an extreme, like you either take the high road and just be mature and be quiet, or you're like spazzing out. Like there's no middle ground.
Yeah.
And I need to create one.
The R&B
for real,
was
keep my name out your mouth.
Yeah.
Keep it out.
People are probably going to do that a lot more now that you're getting bigger.
Yeah. It sounded good in a song, though.
Niggas ain't shit. No, let me stop.
I just sing my songs and just
yo,
say how I feel.
I love them. They're great. Okay, so let's talk about, because you humbly mentioned that you got signed, but let's talk about the story behind it for those who aren't familiar.
So it all started during the pandemic, 2020. Everything was shut down. All I had was just the piano to play on. And LVRM was doing a talent show on Instagram Live, and I just saw that there was a talent show someone was advertising a talent show. I didn't know who they were or, what they had, and I just was like, I want to sing for some people. So I got on live, sung some songs, and they were like really digging me. So we got offline and we started doing some messaging, but then the pandemic started turning up again. So that dialogue kind of slowed down for a bit, and I just kept creating music, and then flights were like $45 to go anywhere in the country. So I went to LA and I just was doing more work. And then a couple months passed and then we circled back to each other, separate from the talent show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they heard Mirage. My manager played Mirage for the label and they wanted to meet me. And I blinked my eyes and 6 months later I was signed.
I love that.
Yeah, it was divine. For
Congratulations. You've been working at it for a minute. I remember seeing you at like Busboy and Poets and just doing like local things in the DMV area. So now to be signed, like how has it changed your life and your music and your artistry?
It's been a dream. Like, this is the only thing I've ever wanted to do with my life is to be an artist. And I never knew what that looked like for me, whether that meant me being signed or me singing on a cruise ship or whatever the case was, And so for it to be this and for it to be unfolding the way that it has been and all the lessons I've been learning since being signed, and they have been some tough lessons.
Yeah.
I know that it's shaping me into the person that I've always wanted to be. So I'm so blessed to be in this position and excited to keep growing.
So 2 things. Would you have been happy on the cruise ship? And second thing is, what's one of the hardest lessons you've learned?
I am happy singing anywhere. I would like to be on a stage.
But definitely where you at now, right?
I like cruise ships though.
Okay.
And I hope I'm not down on anybody who's singing on a cruise ship.
Yeah.
Okay. I think one of the hardest lessons is to be gentle with yourself, to be kind with yourself. It's your first time here, and we're learning, and we're doing the best we can with what we have. You step into the scene, and you just assume that there's just a button that's pressed, and you just get it together, and you just look the way everybody else looks, or is doing what everybody else is doing. Like, we are on Power 105 right now. I hope I'm like standing right in the camera. You know what I'm saying? But you can't dwell on all the things that you wish you could do.
Right.
You will never be happy. So I think that's one of the biggest lessons I've learned, just to be.
Have you been living in the moment, or are you still kind of like in disbelief? Is just like
it's a blend of both.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I'm definitely living in the moment, staying as present as I possibly can. But things are moving so fast that it's just like, wait, did that just happen? Did I just get off stage? Like, it just happens like that. But I'm present. I'm enjoying it all.
Speaking of stage, congratulations on the Soul Train Awards.
Thank you.
You looked amazing.
Thank
you. You looked so cute. I like the You got rid of the mushroom.
I
for
did
the
the
day.
little. I did the little slick back.
Yeah, that was cute.
You know what I'm saying? Little suave joint.
How was it? That's your first award show?
That was my first. It wasn't my first award show. I went to the BET Awards in like 2015. I was managed to sneak in, but this was my first red carpet. First time being invited to the awards. First time being featured on the awards. Yeah.
What was it like shooting that? Were you intimidated or just excited? Because I know you did the cypher.
So it's levels. When I first found out that I was doing the cypher, I was excited, but I was intimidated. I'm like, oh my God. Like, I was watching the other cyphers from over the years. And I'm like, yo, these people be killing it. And they, Alex, you are you, they are them. And then when I found out who else was in the cypher with me, I was like, bro, I love all these people and they are dogs. I'm like, oh God, I don't know what I was gonna do. But I was like, Alex, girl, you in there with them, like, do your thing. Like, I'm just always reassuring myself, right?
That's good.
And when I got to the space and I was like, these are my friends, these are my peers, we're all doing this together, we're all equally excited, you know, it just became real comfortable. And then you remember, like, girl, these are really your peers. You are who you are where you are, and this is only the beginning.
I love that.
Yeah, no, I give so many self-pep talks. It is crazy.
You should probably record some of those and share them. The whole world could use a pep talk. I'm serious.
I talk a little crazy sometimes, but, you know, baby, I'll think about it.
Is it crazy like Issa Rae in the mirror rapping to herself?
It is along those lines. It's along those lines. But not mirror talk. It's just... It's different. I'll explain it.
And no rapping.
No rapping.
Yeah, I know how you feel about that. Okay, so I know yesterday a lot of people were in uproar because they felt like the R&B category for the Grammys was snagged. How do you feel about it?
Yeah, I wasn't too pleased with the way things turned out. I mean, there are a lot of people who put in a lot of work, and I know that, you know, to be nominated for these things is more than just music, but it just seemed really drastic and just kind of unrealistic a bit.
Is that award show something that you hold your merit based off of? Like, is it something that you really care about?
Well, let me just say that, you know, since I won't speak for everyone, but since I was a child, you know, we watched the Grammy Awards and we just want to get that award no matter what. But as I just started to grow as an artist, I'd say even before I got to this position, I just knew that I don't make music for recognition. You know, the objective of making music is to just make yourself happy and keep yourself sane and challenge yourself and grow. And that's where, you know, that's just kind of where my focus and attention goes into. And it hurts because it's not like people are not trying to be recognized for their music. I just hope that we can find a middle ground or things get better over the years or something gives.
Yeah. I like the fact that you don't focus your eggs on that. You know, it's just about the art.
I mean, I want a Grammy. You know what I'm saying? I still want I want awards, you know what I'm saying? But that's definitely not the objective, and I could never place all my eggs in that basket because I'd be miserable.
I get it.
There's so much talent that people know is talent, and it doesn't require anything.
Yeah. So okay, AV 2023, what does it look like for you? Are you touring?
Yes, I am touring.
Oh, wow, really?
Yes. Girl, I love performing. I want to tour so bad.
Okay, good.
I'm excited to see who I end up with. I don't know if it'll be a solo tour, if I'm a supporting act, but I'm trying to travel the world and touch fans.
Yeah. I love that. I love
music.
that for you. Yes, please. What else? Okay, so you got a tour coming. What else?
Tour coming, of course, more music.
Okay.
I'm trying to be on some TV screens.
See, I wanted to ask about more music, but I'm like, damn, she just gave us a project.
Listen,
I don't want to seem ungrateful.
No, you know how artists are. Like, we have the project, we're glad to put the project out, but I'm ready to put out some more music.
Okay, fire.
Yeah.
I love that.
My manager always makes fun of me, but I'm like, I'm ready for my third project. But I'm just playing. Now I'm excited for more music. I'm excited to be on television. I like to, get into acting. I just want to kind of dip my hands in anything I can get my hands on. For real. Nothing is off the table.
I see it. I see it all for you. And I'm excited. I'm excited to watch your journey. I saw you just recently did a sold out show in your hometown.
I did.
Yo, how was that?
It was crazy. I loved it. Like I said, I've been making music just to keep myself sane, and sometimes I forget that people are also listening to these things and they care about them, and it's their first time hearing them.
Yeah.
So when I put out that I was having a show in DC and it sold out, I was just like, wow, y'all care for real. And then we got to the show and they were singing my words back to me. It is just, it's a feeling. It's an addictive feeling.
You know the DMV loves you.
And I love the DMV. I love y'all so much.
Yeah, they definitely love you. How did it feel? Did you have like mad people you grew up with come see you? Like people surprise you?
So all the performances I've ever done in the DMV have been essentially with the same people.
Yeah.
You know, people I went to high school with, people from the neighborhood, people from my old jobs. You know what I'm saying? So in family. And so they were all in the crowd, and then new faces, and they're seeing me in a different space. You know, they saw me kind of figuring it out, and I'm still figuring it out, but we're just all like kind of growing together. I was proud to see everybody in the crowd, and I was proud that they were proud of me.
That's dope. That's really dope. I feel like between you, Brent, Ari, we have a good future.
Yes.
We really do. And I would definitely love to see you collab with Brent.
I would like to see some collabs as well, and I would love to get a collab with Brent. I feel like there needs to be some R&B collabs, some more.
I think so too. And you know, his shit is like toxic, so you could like check his toxicity, and it could just.
I ain't trying to start no trouble. All right, I ain't trying to start it.
Yes, and you got to do it. You're the voice in the room.
Okay, fine. I'll start some trouble. Let's start some trouble.
For the ladies. All right, and then who do you see yourself doing a feature with? Because this project is just all you.
This project is on me.
You collabing with people or what? Who we got?
I got a couple collabs on the project.
Okay.
On this next round of music, I mean. And I don't know, man. I mean, there's some producers I love to work with, but in terms of artists, if you're tight and we vibe, I'm down.
Okay.
But since we here, Pharrell, duh.
Oh yeah.
Missy Elliott, duh. Timberland, duh. Nah, for real, like anyone who's just super dope at what they do, and we got a good vibe, heavy on the good vibe, because there are lots of people who are tight, but we don't vibe that well. So
yeah,
I don't really want no parts.
I get that. I totally get that. Okay, well, Alex Vaughn, thank you so much for stopping by and kicking it with me. A pleasure as always. Please shout out your Instagram, let everybody know where they can follow you.
You can follow me on all social media at Alex Vaughn. You can find all my music by typing in Alex Vaughn, and there's so much more Alex Vaughn on the way. And thank you so much, Nyla, for having me, girl.
Of course. Make sure you guys stream The Hurt Book out now. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Peace.